Oh my gosh.
Bro. Bro.
There's
What?
no way. What's good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geo Guess video. And welcome to the second half of Guess the Country from the wrong Battle Royale guesses. Basically, two of my mods, Liv and JWeb, went ahead and played a whole bunch of Battle Royale games, and they saw some of the funniest rounds where people made a bunch of wrong guesses, and now me and Ziggy have a minute each on all of these images to guess what the actual country was. As I said, this is part 2. You can go and check out part 1 in the description. Spoiler alert from the previous video, but the score right now is 3 to me and 2 to Ziggy. Let us see how things end up going here. This was a lot of fun indeed, and the rounds are not getting any easier. We indeed have a bunch of Eastern Europe here is the first thing you notice, right? Because the only Western European country that actually appears, looks like it's Andorra? Or is that actually the Moldovan flag? I think it's the Andorran flag, but I could be wrong about that actually. So clearly something out that direction. I mean, there's just no chance it's not. So what's missing? Croatia seems to be missing again here. But there are other ones missing, I believe. So let's actually hop on over to Eastern Europe. Again, Greece is missing. People tend not to get Greece wrong too much because of the language, I feel. North Macedonia is also missing. Now, does North Macedonia Loki fit better here? We normally have Cyrillic there, so I feel like Croatia is still the better option. Anything else possible here? Slovenia is, of course, present. Ukraine probably looks too different with all the Cyrillic everywhere as well. Austria is actually not out of the question here, but probably feels too rich as well. So I feel like I'm going to stick with Croatia here.
Back.
Welcome back. Or hi back, should I say.
Hi back, yeah.
What did you think of this round, Ziggy? I think there's like two very strong options here in my mind. What are you thinking?
I mean, the two strong options in my mind are Hungary and Croatia, just because of the fact that all of Eastern Europe has been guessed, including Moldova. Or is it
Right.
Andorra, actually?
I couldn't
Wait,
tell.
not-
Now that you say it, I think the yellow in the middle might be Moldova indeed. Yeah, I think so.
I'm not even sure now. Okay, whatever. I just hope it's not Andorra, because
Then it's more funny. Yeah.
that would be good to know. Okay, then it could be Spain. But I think just the fact that every country around it has been guessed, but not the country itself, just makes it such an obvious choice. Because they had to have get some vibe here, because they not even guess a single country outside Eastern Europe.
Yeah, that's the really
So-
interesting thing here for sure. You're leaning Hungary? Good, because I have a different guess here. I was actually between North Macedonia and Croatia. And I thought the landscapes generally...
North Mass.
Yeah, North Mass is so possible here, especially because it's a hard country. I thought
Yeah, I
Croatia
forgot it
is more
existed.
likely. And the reason I think Croatia is more likely is because we have a bit of Poland action there. And it's like Poland and North Macedonia, sure. They can look somewhat similar, especially to an inexperienced player, but I think Croatia just has that kind of variety of landscapes that fits everything better. But honestly, Hungary is just as good here, in my opinion. I didn't even think of it, but it actually makes quite a bit of sense here. So, keen to see what this actually is. Shall we reveal? It is Hungary. Yes, that makes sense indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, nicely done.
I mean, actually, now that I heard your explanation, I feel like it made more sense than mine.
This is like when I got the one right before. Yeah.
But yeah,
With the Hungary.
there's no reasoning sometimes. So
Both times that happened on
Let's
Hungary,
go.
actually. The Luxembourg incident and the Croatia incident, both here. Ooh, I think we can do this
Okay.
one in 20 seconds. Shall we?
yeah, sure.
Okay. We'll say 30. We'll say 30. Okay, timer has started here. France, Italy, and everyone else got everything right. Spain, first option, just with that kind of Mediterranean vibe. Croatia, France, Italy, Slovenia, France, Italy, UK, France, Italy, Spain. Or San Marino. Who knows? Like, I don't know. There's a bunch of options here. I think of them all, I may actually go here. I think I may actually go here. Does that make sense? I'll try it. Ziggy, you back yet?
I am back.
I'm kind of torn between a few countries here. This is not so easy. What are you thinking here?
So, I mean, just by these two countries, it's kind of hard to maybe go around Switzerland here, even though it's low cam technically. But so what I imagine every time is just like they find some signage and read it. They're like, hey, what language is this? I don't know. Maybe there was like French on the sign, and they went France, and then Italy because there's like huge mountains and it looks like the Alps.
Right.
So my guess would be Italy, although I feel like I'm missing Monaco here, maybe because that's also an obvious choice. Because French language, plus it also kind of looks Italian.
You said your guess was Italy.
Like-
What is it actually? You must have misspoken.
No, I meant Switzerland.
Yes. Okay.
My guess would be Switzerland, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Monaco.
I think Switzerland makes more sense than my guess. I just don't really think of Switzerland. I guess it's such in its category of its own because it's low cam in my mind. But I went for Belgium here. I went for Belgium, which I still think is possible. But Italy and Belgium don't look too similar, so I think Switzerland is a better guess, especially with the two languages present. Let's find out. Oh my gosh.
Bro.
There is no way. There is no way,
I mean,
bro.
it's a classic world map location, but yeah,
To be fair, I can actually see Italy somewhat with this house here. Like
I can see
it almost makes sense. It almost makes sense. And of course, it's funny and all that, you know, it's Madagascar, but this is like the richest part of the neighborhood, I feel. It's kind of the nicest part. It does look like Europe in some sections. So, and then probably this is another one where probably someone's just gone for the 50-50 and smacked them. Realize it's Madagascar because it can't be anything else.
What I think happened here is just like it was like 3 people left. One guy was so confused he didn't even guess the whole round. One guy instantly knew it, and the other one guessed Italy and France and then used this 50-50 and got it right.
Right.
That's kind of what I think.
I love how you
It'd be actually
construct the
interesting to see.
narrative in your head, Ziggy. It's very outstanding.
In my mind, that makes sense.
Good luck indeed, Ziggy. The timer started for me, and this is another multi-continent affair with a bit of an Argentina guess. The rest of the rounds are indeed in Eastern Europe, and we even have an Andorra to boot. I mean, a Moldova to boot, so that's good fun. This time the Baltics are finally making an appearance, as well as Belarus. So plenty of diversity on this one. Cyrillic language, I would say. North Macedonia guessed, plus Russia, plus Ukraine. I think this has to be Northern Serbia. For me, this is just Northern Serbia, where people have got confused by the Cyrillic. They forgot Serbia existed, and the only other option to me is Montenegro here, but Serbia looks way more like Russia and Ukraine than does Montenegro, in my opinion, so I feel like I'm just right here. I feel like it's the only, like, logical option, even though it'll probably end up being something else based in the last round, but we'll have to see. Okay, Ziggy, what are you thinking here, man? I feel this is the most confident I've been on one in a while, I've gotta say.
Really?
Yes. Let's hear your thought process first, if you're not.
For me, the combined factor of they guessed every country they thought that used Cyrillic, plus they guessed Argentina, made me think, okay, what country has a landscape like Argentina and Cyrillic? So my thought was maybe Mongolia or Kyrgyzstan, but I could also see maybe Serbia because it's also missing. Yeah, the fact that Poland, Liv, and Hungary have been guessed, though, is not very good for me.
I can see
but
that.
those were later in the game, so maybe they thought like, oh wait, what language should they even speak? Maybe they didn't know. Going with Mongolia here.
Dude, you're actually really good at the lateral thinking. That did not cross my mind in the slightest, I have to say. To me, the fact that Argentina's guessed first is also kind of, that actually does make me think maybe you're right here. But I just thought in all the other Eastern European rounds we saw so far, we didn't have Russia and Ukraine. And then we have North Mass being guessed very early. And I'm like, I don't really see a world where all these countries came after North Mass and Serbia wasn't guessed, along with Ukraine and Russia. Because it kind of looks like it. So I'm confident here. Even though, like, I feel like you're low-key cooking. Like, yours is a smart guess, but I feel like mine's correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I should have just gone easier. Like, Serbia is the obvious choice because probably, even if my thinking is correct, it should still be Kyrgyzstan. So I'm kind of going a risky 50-50.
Right, that's true. Yeah, Kyrgyzstan is actually still possible. That's actually without a doubt. Oh, Bulgaria, no, we forgot.
Wait. Wait, I forgot Bulgaria hasn't been guessed.
Yes, me too.
That also makes sense with Argentina a bit.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, this frame, yes.
It does. And also, like, the Summer Gen 3. So that's also probably why people missed it a little bit, maybe, if they're better players.
But I'm so confused. Didn't Moldova get guessed as well?
Yes, it did. Moldova was guessed before Bulgaria. That's goated. I wonder how many people advanced
like, it has to be something. I don't know. Maybe I'm going too hard on, like, the language thing every time, but...
Right. I guess, like,
why would somebody guess
like this? No language. Or
Belarus. Why would somebody guess Belarus if they didn't see language?
And we have another. Let's go. Okay, next one here giving very distinctive vibes, right? We got green countries. So Slovenia being the first one off the ranks. Then we have a Ireland, UK, so something very green. Hungary and Norway are two interesting guesses next to each other, and Slovakia. I think this is just a difficult round, and people didn't really have too much to work with here. But okay. Denmark seems possible to me here, although I think it's likely that we have at least some significant hills here. And I think it's also likely to be quite forested, so Sweden works. I'm actually low-key thinking that we might be in Reykjavik in Ireland, in Iceland here, or Faroes even. So that could make Denmark a decent guess, but I think I would go Iceland. Now, do we have anything else possible? I think Sweden would be my second guess, followed by Denmark, but it is an interesting predicament. We may not even be in Europe. I could actually see that being the case. Does it make sense? I'll have to go with it. We'll see. Okay, I have a really out there guess this time. No, it doesn't quite make sense, I have to say. I'm going to stick with it because it's fun, but...
I also had a very outside of the box guess here, but...
Ooh, okay.
Again,
okay.
I'm using the language thing way too much.
Okay.
So this time I'm not going to use it.
Okay. Well, let me give you mine first, because I bet my guess is more out there than yours. Because I'm pretty sure mine's wrong. But I kind of like it anyway. So I'm looking at the Norway, UK, Ireland guesses. I'm getting like a very north vibe off that. Like we might be in some kind of rocky, cold looking place. I also feel like with the logic of my guess, the other three guesses are kind of just random bad player guesses where they just had zero idea. But I'm thinking we're like outskirts of Reykjavik here. Like in a place that is plausibly Eastern Europe because it's kind of flat and has some trees. But it's also cold looking and that's why we got Norway and like UK. Yeah, that's my thought here. What are you thinking?
Didn't think of that at all because I feel like Iceland is actually a landscape that is very well known. It was like the classic landscape, you know?
That's true. I guess
I
I'm
could
thinking
even
downtown.
see maybe somebody going Faroes.
Yeah.
Like somebody would maybe go Faroes in that case. Like if Denmark was guessed here as well, I actually like the guess.
Yeah, sure. What are you thinking?
For a second, I thought could it be New Zealand because maybe it was the Fjordland and that's so unlikely anyway. Because there's no world location there. But in the end, I just went for mountainous Austria.
Okay, makes sense, right? I mean, yeah, I can definitely see that. So let's see what it actually is. Denmark. Oh, that was my third option.
Oh my.
That was my third option, I have to say. Yeah, makes sense because I was gonna hedge Faroe Islands, you know. Didn't work. Okay, so I'm happy to be outside of Europe here potentially. It would appear that way because we've got Jordan, South Africa, Chile, and then the Baltics. Okay, this is easily the wildest one we've had, I feel. With this many guesses, we have Baltics, Eastern Europe. What is going on? What language do we even have here? If we're using Ziggy tactics, like what language actually makes sense here? We have Arabic, English, Spanish, and then 4 Eastern European countries' languages. Makes no sense, with only one being Cyrillic. Like, what? I think this has to be Israel, right? But Israel's surely too easy to make these mistakes. Okay, let's jump over to the map. I mean, Turkey? I just don't see how you go Baltic on Turkey. It could be Russia. What do you even do here? This is so confusing to me. Maybe here. Maybe I'll go here. It makes the most sense, I guess. I'm going to go with that. Ziggy, are you there, man?
Yeah, I am there.
Okay, what is going on with these guesses, bro? I'm actually stumped.
And say I'm very confident on anything here because the first two guesses are so different than the next 4, and then there's a random... Is that Jordan?
It is. What?
Not very good with flags.
It is Jordan.
That's the Jordan.
It is. This is confusing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I want to be a bit cheeky here and say it's the good old Minsk cracker.
Ooh. So you think the kind of like the Jordan guess is just kind of like a random trekker, like kind of Hail Mary?
Maybe like, some of the buildings look a bit like,
Ooh.
I mean, the sandstone color.
Oh,
No, this
wow,
is totally out there. I'm not sure how anyone guessed Jordan here, unless it's like something that's very close to it.
I think my guess might be cooking. I think because...
Wait.
Yeah?
No, whatever. I can't really reason for anything here. The other guess would be Estonia, but...
Yeah, sure. So, my guess here is like if I was going to like smush all those countries into one, where you could get that kind of landscape, where someone could get like a Mediterranean kind of vibe, or like kind of like the dry vibe, I mean, of like the South Africa and Chile, followed by a like Middle Eastern vibe, but also a European vibe. I think Turkey, you know, it's the one country that stretches the two borders most infamously, and
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, people could get very mixed vibes from the start of the round to the end, because clearly we had 4 different continents here, so it has to be something that kind of looks like a lot of places. So I think it's possible. I think Minsk is a pretty interesting call, but if it's right, that's literally a goated guess. Let's see here.
The thing is, the problem is with Minsk.
My first thought.
Wait, it's just Israel.
Yeah, that was my very first thought. Wow, why didn't they go with that? It makes sense. It's just like a very
always-
European-looking Israel.
That's probably gettable.
Okay, what do we have here? Baltics, Turkey, and Finland is interesting. So, first guess Turkey makes me think that this was just like kind of quite a wrong guess, and these 4 are the more accurate ones. Immediately, my mind goes to Sweden, my mind goes to Poland, my mind maybe even Ukraine crosses it. I think we just have to disregard the Turkey's guess for a second. Unless it's like a double Israel, where they had the same vibe as the last one, but I doubt it. I feel like Poland has more of those kind of foresty rounds where people confuse it with here, so I feel like that's just the easy guess. I feel like that's what I'm going for here. Yeah.
Damn there.
Okay. Well, I just went for the simple guess here and went Poland. How about you?
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I was between maybe Poland or Sweden, but
Yeah, man. Me too.
Turkey guess is wild.
Hungary makes sense, actually. Maybe it's like kind of crazy language that has made people go like Finland. You kind of like the Uralic language connection here. So Finland,
You might be
Estonian.
cooking with that one.
Yeah, yeah. And then Turkish as well, also quite a strange language. And similar landscape to this as well. So, and then maybe someone guessed Baltic and the other person's like, oh, I gotta guess the other Baltic countries in case it is, you know? Ziggy, final round, we are still tied, I believe. The glory is possible here. I feel like there was lots of rounds in these last few where we could have pulled it, but neither of us was able, so let's see. Will it be a hard one?
The tiebreaker is we join a random VR country game together and lead a round, and we have to guess what country will be guessed first wrongly.
Oh.
By the players. That could be so interesting, by the way. That could be like a follow-up to this.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, that's episode 2, guys. Low-key, if this is a tie, then means that you gotta duke it out in some super battle royale games.
That would go hard.
Okay, but in the meantime, we have a minute to suss this one out. Good luck, Ziggy. Let's get it.
Hey, I need the minute here for sure.
Absolutely. US, Finland, Iceland, Switzerland. Well, Iceland is crazy off the bat. Switzerland, Austria. Okay, well, I'm beginning to feel like this is mountainous, cold. Okay, this could be French Alps. It could be French Alps or Italy. Or Italy is guessed. France is guessed. Oh no. How much time do we have left? 30 seconds to go. Okay, it's something cold. It has to be something cold here. Denmark was guessed. What is going on here, guys? We have to be somewhere like maybe up in the mountains in Romania, but then the Iceland guess doesn't quite make sense, does it? UK. I feel like UK with US first guess is probably logical here. Maybe Estonia? Like Russia guesses as well. I think I have to stick with it. But that's too familiar of a country, right? Oh no.
I just unmuted.
Okay. Oh, bro. Oh.
I feel less confident about anything here than I would rather guess Minsk than anything here.
Right. I just came up with a last minute call that I didn't tell my audience. So, okay, I'm between two.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me go first so I'm not influenced by you. Andorra was what I thought of at the last second there. Now, Andorra, I feel like the Iceland guess just doesn't quite make enough sense. Or the Finland, right? Like, they're too flat. It's like, maybe someone fundamentally didn't understand what was going on in those countries, but like too many trees for Iceland. I want to say it's not there. And then, if I'm left looking at what we have on the map, to me, all that really makes sense here, unless this is a crazy Southern Hemisphere something, is the UK. And that is my guess. Though I could see now a couple of Southern Hemisphere countries actually working. So I'm curious to see what is your thought here.
I mean, my thought process was of the same, but I was also in the UK, but I was so sure. Surely they noticed they were driving on the left, right?
Yeah,
and
this is
driving on the left,
yeah.
so associated with UK. like everyone knows where the UK drives
Yes,
on.
yes,
What
yes,
side.
yes. That's true.
Bad
Even if
thing
people
is,
don't
I
know.
want to go UK as well, so
Okay.
it's kind of boring.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to change my
don't-
guess?
No, nah, that's not fair.
No, 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 because I have another thought, which I actually kind of like.
What's the thought?
Well, my other thought is New Zealand. A crazy, like,
Again, driving
dirt
left.
road.
Again, driving left is so. I feel like somebody would have guessed UK or Australia, maybe.
That's true, yeah. Okay, I'm sticking UK then. I'm sticking UK as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go to a tiebreaker, or in fact, we will. And Toronto! Oh,
What?
how is someone going Iceland so early there? I guess because it's just covered in snow. No, bro. Oh, I was
Actually,
cooking.
US is a very good Insta guess here because
Yeah.
US has a lot of these too.
Yeah, this looks like, I think actually
Okay, but
US
okay,
NFZ, okay.
Can you show the country list again? I need to talk to some people here.
What is the
Okay,
silliest guess?
my
here?
guy.
the Belgium, maybe.
Belgium. Belgium is crazy.
At least there wasn't a
Belgium.
Netherlands. I can say that much. At least there wasn't a Netherlands.
Yeah. So Denmark is also silly unless you include like Greenland. That's probably what somebody guessed.
I guess so,
I
yeah.
imagine because it's snowmobile.
There we go. It's a tie, Ziggy. It's a tie.
Oh,
The
no.
Hungary was the difference maker, and even that couldn't wrestle away our very even performance here.
I think we both could have won just by guessing the Bulgaria one.
Right.
That one was so gettable.
Yes, so gettable. But, like, there's so much going on, and it's hard to think of it. So, there you go. Ziggy, thank you so much for coming along and participating. And, you know, we have to do that part 2 on live Battle Royale. So, you know, stay tuned for that, everyone. Any last words for the viewers, my friend?
Learn more meta so it's easier to guess.
That is some wise words from the man himself there. Guys, thanks for watching. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.